Figures of speech of the poem The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. The figures of speech are metaphor. There is an indirect comparison between road and choices made by people in their lives. Also, yellow wood is compared to man's life, the point of comparison being full of challenges. The other figure of speech is metonymy. Roads represent choices of life. Next, sorry I could not travel both. The figure of speech is litotes. Negation could not travel both suggests the affirmative meaning that the poet could travel on only one road as he was one person. Next, and be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could. The figures of speech are internal rhyme. Rhyming words stood and could are used in the same sentence. Repetition. The word one is repeated for poetic effect. Next, to where it bent in the undergrowth. The figure of speech is personification. The inanimate road is given the human quality of bending. Next, then took the other as just as fair and having perhaps the better claim. The figures of speech are personification. Inanimate road is given the human quality of being fair. And the other one is hyperbole. An overstatement is used that the road was fair and had a better claim. Next, because it was grassy and wanted wear. The figure of speech is tautology. Here there is unnecessary use of words, grassy and wanted wear, which have the same meaning, that is to be unused. The figure of speech is also alliteration. There is repetition of the sound of consonant W, were, in wanted and where. Next, though as for the passing there, the figure of speech is metonymy. The words passing there represent the travelers who took the road. Next, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. The figures of speech are anastrophe. There is an inversion in the construction of the sentence for poetic effect. The construction could be in leaves that had not been trodden black by any steps. It is also litotes. The negation leaves no step had trodden black conveys a positive meaning that both the roads remained unused. It is also alliteration. There is repetition of the sound of the consonant L, in the words lay and leaves, and the sound of B in both and black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. The figures of speech are repetition. The word way is repeated for poetic effect. It is also exclamation. The poet has used an exclamatory form to create a poetic effect. It is also internal rhyme. The rhyming words day and way are used in the same sentence. It is also alliteration. There is repetition of the sound of the consonant F, in first and for. Next, I shall be telling this with a sigh. The figure of speech is onomatopoeia. The poet uses the word sigh, which suggests a sound. Next, somewhere ages and ages hence. The figure of speech is repetition. The word ages is repeated for poetic effect. The next one, I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The figure of speech is epigram. A pointed statement has been made which has a deep meaning, that by opting for the road less traveled, the poet faced the challenges and found that he was able to reach his goal. The figure of speech is also metaphor. There is indirect comparison between road and choice. It is also metonymy. The road represents choice of life. Thank you, friends, for watching. See you in the next lesson.